All right, so we have a 3-minute cross-examination.
All right. Yep. So I'll start asking you some questions.
Beautiful.
Why do you think removing health-related grounds will help immigration?
Right. So as we stand right now with the health related grounds, we're limiting a lot of immigrants from coming into our country, and we're creating a much larger backlog than we already have. And as it stands right now, with the regulations that are in place with health related grounds, it's restricting quite a few disenfranchised people in other countries. So people in countries like Saudi and Afghanistan and other places like that in the Middle East, especially that have served our country in the war, and not only in the war, but that are also students abroad in India or in China that are just simply trying to live their lives and trying to get an American education. They're being held back by these health related grounds because whether or not they can get the tests is basically based off of where they live. And if they live in an impoverished area or where they're at, they can only just basically attend school and they can't get to a medical facility, or they don't have the means to, or just it's not feasible for them. They're being limited from taking part in the American, not only the American lifestyle, but the American education system for those students. And for the people that served overseas with our forces, they're being limited from the rewards they would get from serving alongside our military. So I think that reducing the health related grounds restrictions would make it much easier for these people to get into America, as that's a huge hurdle for them to get over.
Awesome. Thank you. So my next question is, why should kids get to keep their F1 visas if it clearly states that it is only for in-person schooling?
Right. I totally understand where you're coming from, but with the F1 visas, those students are being affected just like you and me have been with COVID. Like, we would prefer to be at an in-person school, and I'm sure they would prefer to be in an in-person school and get the chance to live the American experience, whether or not they will apply for a permanent visa or whatever may be. They would like to get the experience of living in America, which is a part of the education, especially for a lot of ESL students that are learning English alongside their education. It's an important part of our society to allow these people, to these students especially, to come in and learn and get the American experience. And when we're restricting them, even though it states that they cannot be allowed, when we're restricting them, we're disenfranchising them from the experience of learning that they get by coming to America. Because not only is it going to campus and going to class, but it also is coming to America and experiencing, just like traveling abroad would be an experience and a learning environment for you and me, it is for those students as well. And that's why I think we have to reduce these health related grounds, because it's just too many hurdles and too much restriction for them to have to deal with, especially coming from countries that aren't as fortunate as we are in America. Awesome. I think you're muted.
Thank you, Christian.
All right, awesome. I think that's our 3 minutes, so I'm going to end it here.